MACK Rides. They have manufactured many rides and attractions, such as their Wild Mouse models, Ricochet, Apple's Apple, Wild Mouse at Hershey, just to name a few. Then we have the multi-launches, Copperhead Strike, Stardust Racers, Helix, Icon, and Voltron, just to name a few, not naming all of them. Then we have their extreme spinners, Time Traveler, Ride to Happiness, and the brand new for 2027 at Six Flags Great Adventure, Project Purple, Phantom Spire, Gargantuan Vertical Vengeance, whatever you want to call it. New, the one for Great Adventure. Today, I wanted to talk about whether or not I think that Project Purple will make or break MACK Rides. So, as we have seen before, certain projects can make or break manufacturers. We've seen this before with X2 at Six Flags Magic Mountain, aerodynamics, but right here, right now, we're here to talk about MACK Rides. Project Purple is going to be a MACK Rides Giga, being over 300 foot, MACK Rides Extreme Spinner that launches you upside down with a max height of 382 feet. So the first thing I want to talk about, do I think that this coaster is going to be reliable or not? I think it's definitely up for debate, 50-50, whether or not this coaster is going to be reliable. I do think that we have not seen a coaster that launches you upside down. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that since this is one of the first, if not the first, coaster we have seen that does this, obviously there will be issues that arise with it, being with the launch. Copperhead Strike has issues with their launches. Finally got it out. As we know, many coasters tend to go down for many different reasons. Dark Coaster goes down because of electrical issues sometimes, restraints, stuff like that. Doesn't really go down for weather because it's indoors, I think. Goes down when there's torrential rain. I think that's one of the reasons. I do think that Project Purple is not going to go down for electrical and maintenance related issues much. I do think Project Purple is going to go down for weather related and guest problems, such as if a guest has a medical problem or protein spills on the ride. I do not think that the ride is going to experience much electrical related downtime. I do think that in the first few days or weeks of operations, while they're still, getting the ride together, I don't mean assembly wise, I mean just figuring out the operations and stuff, I do think that we will see downtime for it. But as the ride gets older, we're not going to see much downtime related to the electrical side of it. Definitely could be more guest related. I do see a lot of protein spills happening on, I'm just going to call it Phantom Spire for this video. I don't think Gargantuan Vertical Vengeance sounds good. Just sounds kind of We found this name, we put it together, we know it doesn't sound the best, but we don't care. We put it in a chat GPT. What is the ride model? What does it do? Here it is. Here's the name. I do not think it's a good name for the ride. I do think Phantom Spire is a better name. It's purple. Phantoms are kind of purple. So hopefully we do see a different name for it eventually. So, that being said, do I think that Project Purple is going to help MACK Rides in any way? Yeah, absolutely. I do see Project Purple being something that other parks look at and they're like, hey, we see this. We see that it's doing well. We see that it's bringing attendance to our parks. This is a manufacturer that we want to work with. I do see Phantom Spire being something that helps put MACK Rides on the map for other parks to consider working with them. Yes. Now, Do I think that MACK Rides will work with Six Flags Great Adventure a second time for the actual Kingda Ka replacement? Because Phantom Spire's only Green Lantern's replacement. It is in Green Lantern's plot of land. It is not in Kingda Ka's. Do I see them working with MACK Rides a second time around for Kingda Ka's replacement? Absolutely, maybe. I don't know if there's much room for anything else. I've only been to Six Flags Great Adventure a few times, not one of my home parks. I do really like Six Flags Great Adventure though. One of my favorites. I don't know where they would put it. I think there's room behind El Toro, maybe. I don't know. But I do think that we could see something from MACK Rides. Maybe even Zamperla like Top Thrill 2 for Kingda Ka's replacement. Anyways, and the last thing, actually, yeah. Last thing being, do I think that Project Purple will get a different name other than Gargantuan Vertical Vengeance? Yeah, I do. I think that Six Flags Great Adventure is going to see the backlash and see, people are making fun of this ride's name. People don't like it. We need to change it. I do think that they are going to do that at some point. I don't think it's going to be like anytime soon, but if they ever give it a retheme, give the ride a retheme, they will definitely rename it, because I know it needs it. New name is not that great. I do think it'll be a fun ride, but there's gonna be a lot of protein spills. It's a ride that launches you upside down while spinning. I don't see that going very well. But anyways, that's all related to Project Purple I wanted to talk about today. Six Flags Great Adventure's newest coaster. If you like coaster content like this, subscribe for more, and see you at the next video.